see the people, or are there people online?
There's two, but their videos aren't being shared.
Oh, you guys, share your videos. I'm guilty of it too. Sometimes I'm not ready to go, but here's the truth. How many times have you talked to someone about real estate and you're not ready to go? All of you, right? But if I told you that you can get, I don't know, $15,000, $20,000 just to be ready with that one person, would you do it? Do it. Do it. This is the time to do it. I told you that I've been in the business for about 20 years plus. How long have you guys been in the business? I mean, I know you're new agents, but that can mean anything. Real quick.
Licensed in July.
Okay.
I didn't really start until October.
You're gonna do well because of that hat.
Thank you.
And
It's been about a year.
about a year. And you haven't done open houses or anything?
I'm starting to do more. I just joined a team, so.
Okay, good. Whose
Yeah.
team are you on?
Derek Toronto?
Awesome. And
1 month.
1 month? You're already taking classes.
Even less than 1 month, like I got my license. in
Now he's
December.
bragging. Uh-huh.
In December 17th, and I joined Celebrate in January 11th.
Okay, Alex Shumachowe. No, that's not it. I messed up. See,
I got my license in 2019
2019.
and I'm starting right now.
Awesome, awesome. What held you back?
And then,
Is that true?
well,
Is
yeah,
that
and
true?
other work.
Okay, all right, we'll talk about that.
I just got my license about 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thanks, it was long overdue.
He wins.
Yeah.
And you?
Over a month.
A little over a month. Congratulations to you guys for taking the advantage of taking the classes and so forth. We're gonna talk about a couple of different things in this class. I don't necessarily, I mean, I go through everything in our booklet. You all have your booklets, right? There's gonna be a couple of exercises that we're probably not gonna go into too much. We're probably just gonna verbalize a lot of this stuff, but just to kind of give you, go back, I've gone through the whole, worsening with the market where we had short sales and nobody knew how to do them, including myself. But guess who became an expert in short sales? Right, why? Because nobody else was willing to do them. And by the way, that's this business here. So getting a client is about doing something that's what? Uncomfortable, right? You gotta go out there and do what's uncomfortable. And with that, we're gonna focus today on finding the clients, getting those leads, finding those buyer opportunities, and maintaining some kind of structure. So I know that cultivating leads, to me, that sometimes means a bunch of jargon that doesn't make any sense to me, but really, you're gonna go ahead and make sure that those people stick with you. And how do we get there? Because the truth of the matter is, you can have someone that wants to buy and then they'll go into someone else's open house and they'll buy a house from them. Why did that happen? Try to figure out these things before, because all these things happen to me, I'm telling you, because firsthand experience. I did not come to Keller Williams. I went to another agency. I won't say which agency that was. I really want to tell you who it was. But it wasn't a Keller Williams agency. And what Keller Williams does is they know that it's not about Keller Williams as much as it's about you, because business is going to come from you. They're going to want to do business with you. Would we all agree on that? Okay, great. And you guys are also diversified. Online, would you guys agree with that? Nothing.
Hi, guys. Hi. Yes, I would. This place is awesome. Love it.
Now, how long have you had your license?
End of August.
Okay, and I'm sorry, who am I talking to?
This is Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
Hi, Champagne.
Hey, out of curiosity, have you done any
Yes.
transactions? Have you met any clients? Do you have anybody in your downline?
I do have some clients, but no transactions. And then I'm going to start working with Katrina Matthews. She contacted me a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to be working with her. So helping her with showing some things, which will be very exciting and good to be out in the field.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. And who's the other person online and how long have you had your license?
Well,
Oh, sorry, that would be me, I guess. Hi, everyone. I'm Heather. I've had my license since 2019.
All right, 2019. And what held you back?
Held me back from, sorry, what was the question? Held me back from,
Okay, so have you done any transactions?
yes.
Oh, okay, congratulations. How many did you do in 2018?
Well, year to date, I've done 10.
And just for shit and giggles, can you share with the class what that 10 looks like monetarily?
It's been a lot of hard work, consistency, and I mean, as they say, the fortune's in the follow-up. So for me, what I've learned in this business is it's about actually creating a really good relationship with your clients, building that up so that they trust you. And even if the sale, kind of takes a long time, because it's a process, it takes time, but eventually if they already feel like they trust you and they like you, whenever that time is right, they will be loyal to you.
Right. But out of curiosity, those 10 people, did you have them sign a buyer agreement?
Honestly, I didn't immediately do that with my clients. So I think, it is a good idea just to make sure on your end that all your hard work isn't going to waste and they do stick with you.
Can I safely assume that you made somewhere around $130,000, $140,000?
I guess, you could say that. Yeah. From the 10 transactions. Yeah.
Okay, good. And I don't mean to put your business out there by no stretch of the imagination. I just want to let homeboy know that he lost out on $130,000 for telling himself a story about the pandemic. And now he's going to work even harder. But thank you so much for that information. I really appreciate it. So today we're going to learn how to generate the leads for buyers and sellers. And I don't know what page this is because the pages are not at the bottom, so it's like page maybe 3 or 4. And then we'll make some. I'm sure that they're going to be teaching you like listing presentations and a whole class. So I'm not going to try to teach you how to do listing presentations or any of that stuff. We're just going to focus on getting the clients and how to talk to the clients. Okay. Generating these leads and knowing where you can generate these leads is just as important. Finding a buyer, cultivating leads, qualifying buyers leads, signing the buyer agreement. Now, when you guys go out, where do you find the clients?
Friends and family?
Friends and family. That's a good place to start. What's another good place to start?
Open houses.
Open houses are great. I built most of my business on open houses. I had the most transactions at this unknown company. And I was like 43 in the nation, and it was one of the largest companies at that time. So nationally, 43, that's not bad. You know what I mean? And all I did was talk to people at open houses. I never cold call, which is horrible. I should have been cold calling. But you know what? If you don't know what you don't know, and remember that company didn't train like this company does. We tell you to because if you're a selling agent, you get not only the control of the sale, but you'll pick up more buyers, right? So you want to be able to do that, do an open house and get those buyers. So NAR says that 89% of the buyers purchase their home through a real estate agent. 89%. And you're like, well, how do they buy the homes on the other end, right? Well, the other 41, it's not 41% obviously, but buyers found their property through a referral of an agent or family or friends. So someone next door is selling their house, etc. Okay. And then 75% of the buyers interviewed only one real estate agent during their home search.
It's pretty high, actually.
So tell me, are you gonna be the person that is in that percentage? How many times are you talking about real estate today? How, on a scale, okay, let's say today, no, let's say yesterday. How many people did you talk to about real estate? Show of hands, 10 or more, okay? 9 or more, or less? 5, 4, 3, okay, 5, okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you're honest, thank you so much. How good would that look like if you're talking to more people? Because if you were talking to 10.
Yeah.
And she had 10 sales.
Yeah.
That's 130,000, 150,000, right?
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Do you hear where I'm going with this? All right. How else would you talk to people about buying or selling or investing in real estate? What are the other ways?
Wearing swag while you're running errands.
Real estate swag? Yeah, good. Go ahead.
So right now, like, I quit my previous job
Good for
and
you.
I start, training and like I start driving Lyft part-time.
Uh-huh.
And when I feel somebody like really good, talkative and like nice, so I ask them, hey, I just trying like get a Rivian and I start my real estate career.
Mhm.
And like he said, like, why are you trying to cut a real estate? I said, I want to have those people who want to buy a home. Or so sometimes we see the numbers,
Mhm.
and which is I think maybe really very good for to make contact.
Right.
Yeah, and also
Are-
it's flexible schedule. So
Are you in this business because of flexible schedule? I'm just curious.
no, I'm not. Like I'm just I'm driving to Lyft because
That's a flexible schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I need to, visit home or something, so I can't quit my, I don't do both things together. So if I'm busy with the real estate, I don't do that.
Mhm.
And if I have some time extra, so definitely to make some extra money.
Yeah, well, you look like you're really prepared to go to the next step, so I think you'll do well as long as you keep, putting your best foot forward, especially, I know that there's a little deception on, well, why would you be driving Lyft if you're a real estate agent, right?
Yeah.
But the answer could always be how you say the answer.
Yeah.
Because the answer could be, well, I'm not showing any property. You want me to show you some property?
Somebody
And turn it
asked me.
around on them.
Yeah, there was
Show the
someone-
control. Because
Yeah.
it's not, trying real estate is probably not the best word,
Mhm.
but telling you, oh, I could show you some real estate right now. Are you looking to buy? Boom, ask them a question. And if the answer is always yes, or, not me, but my sister is, or my cousin, they just gave you a referral,
Mhm.
get their phone number.
Mhm.
And like she eloquently said, it's in the follow-up.
Mhm.
You have to follow up. If you don't, a lot of people get leads.
So I have a question. So I know some real estate agents, and when I passed my exam, I learned like we can't offer referral fee and something. We cannot split share with people who don't have a real estate license.
Oh, a referral.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if somebody don't have a real estate license, we can't offer them anything.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, because it's illegal, right?
Right.
The license is something. License is a life for real estate.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
Yeah,
But a lot of people, I know them and I just said, hey, how did you get the leads? Like, I know somewhere there was one person, they make 9 deals first year, and he made almost $150,000.
uh-huh.
And I say, hey, how did you do that? They say, yeah, go to the grocery stores, just tell them,
Mhm.
put your card in business, and just tell them, hey, get a buyer or seller, I can give you $1,000 for one. they do something. I
Yeah,
said, this is something illegal.
yeah, it's completely
So,
illegal.
because if I do one thing, somebody complains, I don't want to ruin my life, so this is so hard to get, and this is something like career.
Well, here's the thing, the good thing is you don't have to worry about those people, because you're not gonna be involved with those people, because you would never do that, right? However, if someone does approach you, the best thing to do is say, I'm sorry, but I can't, unless you want to become a realtor, I can help you become a realtor. And just
Yeah.
tell them to come to Keller Williams, so that they can learn the right way.
Yeah, and the one other thing he told me, like he said, okay, so his friend is a law officer, mortgage officer. So he said, okay, whenever somebody asks you to apply for home loan, just refer me. Of course, he's a ready buyer, he got like approved, so the next step he's gonna buy a home.
Mhm,
So I say, I work with those people, I work with those, and that's how I get leads.
mhm. Well, and that's okay, as long as you're not getting money on the back end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to focus too much on that because we got a lot of material to go through, but I do want to say that those things are completely illegal unless, of
Yeah.
course, you're working with, like I work with this lender in-house as well, and we send each other business. That's perfectly okay.
Yeah.
But when you're requesting money or they're requesting money, it's not okay, okay? Because it's gotta come from somewhere, and usually the client looks at it as, oh, you're double dipping, you know what I mean? That's not cool. Does that make sense? Okay, let's get back to the material. All right, so, let me see, open house. Oh yeah, 51% of buyers that visit an open house that's the way they're searching for their home. So, you know, I want to talk about this for a second because I know everybody's talking about online shopping. Everything's online. How many people here have ordered something from eBay? And did you like everything that you ordered from eBay? And what a hassle to return that, right? Imagine returning a house. Do you get what I'm saying? They still need us. They still need us. So what we're offering is what? Are we really selling a product, or are we selling ourselves, our service?
Value.
It's about us and the value that we provide. And you have to come from where? From a place, and I'm sure you've heard this over and over because this is a Keller way of thinking. Coming from contribution. I'm gonna tell you a quick story because we're talking about where can you get business. Last night, I went out to dinner with my loan officer. I did not ask him to take me out. He went ahead and took me out for Christmas. And the waitress came over. We were at 555, if anybody's familiar with that restaurant over in Long Beach. And I don't know what she was saying, because my ultimate goal at the moment was, because he had asked me, how do you get your business? Because I'm constantly sending business his way, or even this loan officer's business way. And they said, okay. And I went into that mode. Once you learn your scripts, which is what we're going to cover in this also, and that you internalize all those things. And I hate the word scripts. And I know that Keller Williams is probably going to have a conniption when they see this recording. But the truth of the matter is, it's not a script. The reason I think they call it a script is because we are talking the same language to everyone all the time. They're asking the same questions over and over and over again. So you're just answering those questions over and over and over again. There's nothing really new to this, but you do have to have the finesse of answering it and really answering their question, because sometimes you have to listen. My mom used to always say, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. In other words, you have to listen more, talk less. You get what I'm saying? So listen to really what they're trying to say, so that you can actually articulate and repeat what they're saying to see if the answer, the outcome that they're looking for is the one that they're looking for. Do you see what I'm saying? Because sometimes, have you ever talked to a salesperson, you say something, and they answer, well, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you, and you have to reiterate the question. And you almost feel like, dude, you weren't even listening to me, right?
Oh, yeah.
You don't want that. You want them to know that not only do you care, but you were really listening to them and you want to reinforce what they were talking about. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I then went into my, let me show you how I do it mode. So the gal comes over to the table and she was talking about the food, obviously. I couldn't tell you the menu because I don't know the menu. So I said, well, that might work. I like that, and then I just started keto. So now I'm showing my accountability keto, gotta lose the weight. So with that conversation came, oh yeah, I'm trying to go ahead and put myself in a position of, winning this or winning that. We were just talking. I go, and then she says, well, what's your name? You've got this big personality. I said, Champagne, it works well in my business. So what do you think her next question was?
Oh, what do you do for work?
Exactly. So always think of a way, right, without saying it. It's like those, I don't know if you see Instagram, tell me who's living in your home rent free without telling me who's living in your home rent free. Do you see what I'm saying? So do the same thing because they're going to ask you questions. And once they start asking you questions, don't ask them anything else other than, well, it sounds like you're interested in purchasing a home. Is it for yourself or someone else? And they're going to tell you. Or, I'm glad you asked me that question. Are you looking to purchase a home? Because right then and there, it gives you that opportunity. She was the lady that was helping me, and tomorrow she's going to qualify with my lender. Why did that happen? Because I was there. I was in the moment. Like what the video says, show up. Half of this is showing up, the other one is following up. And of course, listen more, talk less. Because they're going to tell you all the information you need to know. Does that make sense? Anybody have an example or something like that? Anybody online have an example like that? I know there's a delay. Hello? Okay, we'll move on. The other thing I find to be helpful, and I'm gonna ask questions here. How many have you gotten a business card for any business? And did you call them?
No.
Why didn't you call them? They gave you their business card.
Yeah, I don't think I was in need of their service at that time.
Okay, but later on, maybe?
Maybe. Or just-
Could you find their card?
Yes.
You did?
Oh, can I? Yeah, I mean, I stack them away in a service.
Oh, you're organized. Okay, so you'll do well. And yourself, did you find a card afterwards? No,
No.
right? Who else raised their hand? Someone else raised their hand. Did you call them afterwards?
I follow them up now, well, recently, with emails.
Yeah? So were you, oh, so you actually followed up and called them, okay. Okay, that's good, and you raised your hand too.
Actually, I got Aaron's card 2 years ago. He had the listing by my house, so I kept his card. That was several years ago, so that's why I called him last week to meet him up.
That's my brother. So did Aaron follow up with you at any point?
No, actually, I was asking all the questions about how to become real estate and what he's doing and his successes. So he spent a lot of time with me, and I said, if I need you, I'll call you. So I kept it for 2 years. So then last week, after I got my license, I called him up.
How many people have kept a card for 2 years? Okay, so that's one person out of how many? So my point is this, your business card is great and fantastic, but what do you think is gonna get you the business?
Calling,
Talking.
talking up, yeah.
Calling them, talking to them, giving them, I mean, I know you're a real estate agent, but he helped you become an agent or got you motivated to become an agent. So there was a place of contribution that he came from with you. Anyone else have an experience like that? No? Yes, maybe? Go ahead.
I mean, it was a friend of my dad's, and basically it inspired me to pursue this career.
Awesome, awesome. So follow-up is important. If you don't follow up, you're never gonna get that hurt. And let me tell you, how many agents do you know that know some other people, or rather, how many people do you know in your family know another agent?
Oh, probably all of them.
In California
It's
alone,
a highly saturated market.
very highly saturated. I think we have 300 agents in this office. I don't want to unmotivate you when I tell you this, but here it's true with every office. 20% of all the agents in any given office are the ones doing any business. Any, I said not all the business, I said any business, whether it's one transaction or 10. Out of that 20%, so what's 20% out of 300? What is that? Someone give me that number real quick, because I don't have it.
Yeah, 60.
60. Out of the 60, 20% of those people are actually making a living at it. Not top producers, just, what is that number? 60? 12, making a living. Dude, you're like my math guy. You need to be in every class. You need to be in every class. In fact, let me get your card and call you when I'm teaching another class. Okay, so that's 12. And out of the 12, only 20% of those people, what is that?
6,
Huh?
6,
6? 6?
5 question, right?
No, 20%.
Like 3.
3. So 3 of those people are top producing agents. And usually they're teams. So what does that tell you?
That doesn't make me uncomfortable. That almost gives me hope that if I push hard enough, everyone else is gonna fall off and there's gonna be more business for me.
That's very good. That's exactly,
You should motivate you too, so you know, I want to be like that.
exactly. We post numbers up on this wall over here. It's not always the same people that are on the top, but usually, some of us take, you know, when we get older, we don't want to do as much, you know, or we've been in the business for a long time. But let me tell you, we've had some rookie agents come in and just blow everyone's minds. So who's going to be the rookie agent that blows everyone's minds in this class?
Better be me.
That should be everyone in this class, damn it. Okay, so having said that, okay, so when you get the lead, what do you do with the lead? Okay, but how do you do that? What is the best method? I'll tell you what I used to do, and I'll tell you what works. I used to write it down on a piece of paper. Where do you think that piece of paper ended up?
Who knows?
Right?
Yeah.
I did that for several years, and I could have gotten a lot of repeat clients, and I didn't do that. So I'm gonna tell you what not to do. Don't write it on a piece of paper. A booklet's okay if you keep all your business in that booklet. But here's the key, and the thing that's worked for a lot of those 3 agents at the top. Put it in your contacts in Command. You all have Command set up?
Yes.
Are you all using Command?
Yeah.
I don't see yeses on everybody. Do we have Command?
Yes.
Okay, are we utilizing it? How many people do we have in our Command database right now?
800.
800, okay.
300.
Huh?
300.
800, you 800 and 800?
Oh, 300.
300, okay. Oh, you don't have, oh, you will, if you, come on. Anyone else?
Just training.
Just one, you've been here a month, that's good. And yourself back there?
I'm going to get started on it.
Awesome. When is that gonna happen?
Soon. I mean,
Oh, I'll tell you what it's gonna happen. At the end of this class, I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. Okay, so, and yourself?
Ooh, no,
Not yet.
not yet.
Okay, so what if I told you that each transaction is about, or each person you put in there is worth 15,000 is the average? Would you do it then?
Of course.
Would you do it? How much money does she have sitting in her?
What's up?
What is
Yeah, what is it?
I was
How do you guys for 2,000?
15.
100 times.
800.
800.
15,000.
We stopped him.
find
We
out.
stopped him. Okay,
15,000 is 12 mil.
12 mil. That's not bad. And mind you, not every person is gonna buy, but they're probably gonna know somebody that's gonna buy. And if she keeps in touch with them, she's gonna add more people to her database. Does that make sense? Any of this losing any steam? Are you gonna get started? Are you gonna get started? Are you gonna get started?
Yeah.
How many people do you have?
75.
75. 75.
There you go.
That's,
I'm gonna do
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. By the way, your phone, if you look at your phone, and you know how to look, iPhones is different, and I don't know how you're ever, if everyone does not have an iPhone, there's a way to tell how many contacts you have in there. That's other contacts you have that you don't. But you could easily put those inside your contact on command. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, there's another process to go ahead and follow up with these people, which is once you put them in contact, or rather in contacts, what do you do with them?
Smart plans,
Yeah,
calls.
yeah,
Birthday cards.
birthday cards. Have you gone to the class that teaches you all that stuff?
I'm trying to think in this if we have.
Yeah,
I have
basically.
personally, but we've done a little bit in command with Sonia this week, I think. specifically.
Okay, Sonia is an awesome
Yeah.
tech person.
She is.
If
yeah.
you, she should only teach tech. That's all she should teach. No, no other class, because I think her services are completely, you know, used up, because she is great at tech, but I don't think she should do anything else, because she just has herself wrapped around that. So 100%. Having said the cards and all that stuff, when you call your people, what do you say? When you call, let's say that you use your phone to get new contacts. I'm sorry, what is your name over there with the
Cecilia.
Cecilia?
Cecilia.
Cecilia.
Hi.
So hi, beautiful. How are you? Look at that beautiful smile. So Cecilia, what are you gonna tell these people that I'm gonna have you do a homework assignment on? To call them and put them in your database. What are you gonna ask them?
You mean before I put them in the database?
Yeah, you're gonna call them and you're gonna talk to them. What are you gonna tell them?
I mean, I've been a realtor for more than 10 years. so
Awesome.
They know. So I do get my clients from my database and from.
You just haven't transferred them in there.
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
So you have their addresses and you have their phone numbers and the birthdays and everything.
Not all the information.
Okay.
But they have been giving me referrals. So some of my transactions were from referrals from.
You're my sister, because that's how I used to do my business before.
Yeah.
I had so many contacts and I had a lot of experience, but I was working harder, not smarter. So by having your list of people, you've been in the business for 10 years, I would say put those people in your contacts list, but put them on what? A smart plan, a smart plan, and give them birthday cards and stuff like that, and ask them for business every single time. You don't, if you could go ahead and do that, you can go ahead and talk to other people while that card's being sent to them, and you're gonna get that business forwarded to you. I had COVID in December again. This is the second time I got it in 1 year. And while I was gone for that month, I had already sent out my cards and I got 2 referrals when I got back in January. So it's kind of nice to just open up your mail and go, wow, there's a referral here. Or getting a text and saying, hey, I got your card and thank you so much. I have someone that wants to buy. So that's a good way of, you know, being gone for a month and then coming back into business. Does that make sense?
And referrals are just so great in general, because obviously the reason they came to you is because someone utilized your service, enjoyed your personality, enjoyed the experience you gave them. And so it's already starting on a better foot than just a stranger.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I actually have, it's funny that you say that to use your service. I have a lady from a church. She's never used my services. She's referred me 7 people.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say that if you're constantly coming from a place of contribution and you're giving yourself and your time and educating people and helping them out, they're willing to see or give you business. And then their experiences through helping the other people, and they get the feedback and they so on and so on. You know what I mean, right? All right, so once you go ahead and put them in contact, you cultivate them. What do you do after that? I mean, how do you determine who's buying, who's selling? How do you determine, like, let's say you went to an open house. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Richard.
Richard. What if you went to an open house and you found you know, there's a lot of buyers out there right now. And it wouldn't be far-fetched to get like 20 of them to come into your open house. So you got 20 of them. What do you do with those people? How do you determine the urgency?
Well, from what I've learned from the previous classes, they talk about, like the people, because I've been told that Simon shared a story about not judging people by how they look, but really the conversations you have and what their intentions are. So I guess I would say like whoever's willing and able, and you see that in the conversations and the energy they have.
Okay. So what if I came into your open house? What would you tell me?
I would say welcome to the open house, and you know, like need any help with anything, this and that, and then give you the flyers and stuff, offer you the refreshments.
Okay. How would you tell me?
Ask questions, start
Right.
asking them questions like, you know, how long have you been looking in this neighborhood a long time? Then that can maybe go to, well, what specific things are you looking for? Maybe find out what they do.
I'm actually not looking in this neighborhood. I happen to be here for a birthday party and I saw your open house and I thought I'd come in.
Amazing. What made you decide to come in though?
Well, because I was right next door and I'm just curious.
That's awesome. There's no problem with that. That's an
Uh-huh.
interesting business to look at. So what do you guys do for a living? Where are you located now?
I'm located in Long Beach,
Long Beach. Awesome. How long have you guys been there?
probably about 6 years.
Nice. Do you love it?
I do love it. I
That's
do love
great.
it. I
That's
love
great.
it. What was the first thing I said though?
You were at a party.
Yeah, but I said, you see, to me, anytime you talk to a client, they're always giving you leads, but you don't even know that they're giving you leads. The first thing I said was, I'm not really looking in Long Beach, or I'm not really looking in this area.
Yeah,
That's the first thing I said.
and you would
Oh, so
look,
what-
So the question should have been, oh, what area are you looking at?
that's what I'm thinking, yeah.
But we get so caught up trying to think of something else to say. This is why you need to learn your scripts. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listen to what the person's saying. Because they're gonna give you the hint. Oh, I don't think I can afford to buy at this point. What would you say to that?
When
I mean, you can,
I mean, I can say like, oh, let's see what we can do to help you out. I have a great vendor, we can see what we can do.
Or,
at this, so you said at this point, so I would
Uh-huh.
say, okay, so when are you thinking that you'd like to?
I don't think I can, Paul. I think I have really bad credit.
Well, actually, if you're interested, I have resources. I have people that are really amazing at like maybe even 6 months. What if we put you guys up together? We can maybe all sit and have coffee and chat over options.
Anybody else?
we can qualify you, I mean, to get a loan or.
I go right in for the kill, and everybody's version is not wrong. You're gonna have to kind of find, because you have to also mirror the person that you're with. I may not be the perfect agent for the person that's in front of me, but you might be, but you might have a different little twist to it. This is what I would have said. Oh, what makes you think that you can't qualify? Oh, because I had some issues and I'm like, oh, so you looked into it before, huh? And then they go, yeah, I did actually, I wanted to buy a house last year, but the prices have gone so much, and now I think I'm just gonna go wait. I'm gonna wait, because I keep hearing the market is gonna drop. How many people get that one now?
Oh, yeah.
What's your response to that one? That was a big one. What do you say? You wanna hear what I say?
Yeah.
You guys are cheaters.
No, we're just
Cheater,
learning
cheater,
as we go.
cheater. So this is what I say. You know, I think they might be right, but I don't know for certain. Because my crystal ball is broken, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna put their defenses down. Let me tell you what's not broken. The interest rate. And the only way to explain this to you is the following. Check this out. There's a $25,000 used car in the lot. The interest rate is 5.25. The brand new car is $50,000, but the interest rate is 9% or 1.9%. Which car do you want to buy? Why is that?
Because you're getting better car for way less money.
Why is that?
The interest rate's low.
So how much money are you gonna save when you buy that house for $100,000 less? Are you really saving $100,000? Or are you gonna pay more for the house through the course of the loan? So are those people now your buyers?
Probably.
Why? Because you came from contribution and you gave them information they didn't even think about, because the person that told them that they could not, that they shouldn't buy because the market's gonna drop, you just negated them. You just let them go away. So guess who's buying a house from me? This is a funny story because it happened at a car dealership. I have a Ford F-150. I'm like one of very few women that drive around in a truck that's a real estate agent. I went to my Ford dealership. There was a guy there that wanted to buy a house, but then he just didn't move. And so I saw him day before yesterday. And I said, Antonio, what's up? Why aren't you buying? He goes, oh, well, you know, I've been told market's gonna drop. I go, okay, let's walk down that rabbit hole. Right? So I did the same exercise. Guess who called me this morning? Antonio. Now we gotta qualify him to see if he qualifies. And I told him, the good news is, if you qualify, you'll get to buy that house at that price. If not, you're gonna have to wait till the market really drops. But then you're gonna pay on the high, and I'm sorry I gave you that bad information now. So let's hope you can buy now. So what did I say? Ford. When I said that,
A potential.
I set it up, but I said it more of an urgency.
Urgency, yeah.
So he's not gonna think about it twice now because I set up the urgency. So that person now looks at you how? You're the expert.
Professional.
You're coming from contribution, none of which is a sales pitch. So what am I doing? I'm educating people. So am I a salesperson or a matchmaker? Do you get what I'm saying? So now I'm not coming from a place that I'm giving them a sales pitch. This is why I don't like the word scripts. Just know your information, know what to say, but you have to do it how many times a day? You talk to one person, you talk to 10. You're gonna become more versed at it if you repeat it over and over again. So my friend, you need to repeat it that much more. You, 10 years, you'll repeat what I just said. You've been here a month, you got your license a month. If you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. If I were you, when they have classes here for scripts, as silly as it seems, take the classes, okay? All right, now we'll go over one script just that I like to use on the phone or with people, okay? All right, let me see, I have my glasses. Go ahead, ask you.
Yeah, because I don't want to waste your time, but it does go into the buyer part. I'm still unclear about asking between I know the difference of them, but asking for a pre-qualification versus a pre-approval. I know that which is stronger and I know why, but it still seems like people are starting with the pre-qual.
Okay, so what's the difference?
So I know the difference between them, but it's just interesting to me that we're not all going to our clients saying, do you have let's get you pre-approval. Why are we still starting with pre-qual when it's not as strong?
You know, I never use that. So I don't know where, is that on a script somewhere?
No, I've not seen it on a script. It's just going through like a buyer consultation with my own stuff.
Oh, well, just cross out the word. I mean, if you're just the words that you use are just as important. Like what I was telling my friend back there, Mr. Calculator, that is probably on a calculator right now. He said, I'm trying real estate to help people.
Yeah.
The word try is not even a word that we use.
Right.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Totally.
So don't even use the word qualify.
Okay.
Let's get you approved. Does it make sense to get you qualified or approved?
Approved.
Because if there's 20 people on a house,
Yeah.
why would you get a free qualification? Why not a pre-approval?
Yeah.
So that you can what? write an offer, right?
Yep.
Exactly. I
Do you want to
start-
still go through the approval process, or do you want to be ready?
Right.
By the way, when you use stuff like that, it's very powerful. The other person on the other end knows that they hired the right person. A lot of these people, they need you to guide them. That's why they hired you. By the way, they are not, you're not their, you're their professional. They're not looking to tell you what to do. They're just gonna give you a criteria what they're looking for. But you're gonna be the matchmaker and you're gonna be the professional. You can't go, well, I guess we could do that way. No, you need to let them know you have to get approved, because otherwise, why are we looking at property? No pre-qualified, don't even use those words.
No, that cleared it up. I've just been waiting to hear.
Yeah.
What should I do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do anything with the kind of sort of.
Yeah.
Okay, did anyone get an aha from this little section? What was your aha?
For me, it's your responses, like, yeah, to try and just get better equipped for the responses and listening to each word so that you know where to navigate.
So what do you need to do that? So, I mean, I'm not gonna be with you all the time.
I know, it's unfortunate.
So what do you need to do?
Scripts.
Scripts. And how often do you need to do those scripts?
Weekly.
Every day.
Daily.
Every day.
Yep.
So here's a really good script. Your name?
It's okay, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne, I love your hat, by the way.
Thank you.
Cheyenne, it's been such a long time since I've seen you. You wanna go out for coffee?
I love
Awesome, I like coffee, we're sitting at coffee. Hey, Cheyenne, you know, I've committed to helping 12 families this year. And I could really use your help, Cheyenne, and as my great friend with a fantastic hat. I need your help. So who do you know that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate that I can call today?
Gosh, you know, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head right now, but I'll keep you in mind for the future.
Great, I really like the fact that you gave it some thought. I'll tell you what, because I put you on the spot, I'll let you get some time to think about it, and we'll talk about it again. I'll call you next week and let's just enjoy our coffee, but I'll call you next week, like maybe Thursday or Friday, to see if anyone pops in your mind, okay? But if not, don't wait for my phone call, because you know those people will find like that, you call me, okay? But for sure, I'll call you next week.
Amazing.
Oh,
I know, she's good. Yeah, she's good.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get it? You speak Spanish. What is the one thing we have to overcome as Spanish speakers? You already know what it is. You do. And if you don't know, now you know. They always want to meet you in person. Nothing's ever done over the phone. They don't do the technology thing, they don't do, so you have to overcome that. How do you overcome that?
Showing up.
Yeah, show up, just show them the first property and you'll be okay. But that's how you're gonna generate business. Unfortunately, our Latinos do not trust anyone, even other Latinos, okay?
True.
End of story. Asian community, they trust each other so much. I love that. But Latinos, no, we don't. So go out there and talk to those people and then try to build rapport with them. By the way, rapport with everybody is gonna be important. End of story. If you don't have a rapport, you're dead in the water already. You want them to say, I love you already. The waitress said that to me last night. Oh my God, I love you already. Great, aren't you gonna love working with me? That's what I said. That's what I said, we're gonna have so much fun. I'm gonna get you over to the lender tomorrow, okay? Just give me a call in the morning. She called in the morning. Okay, I'm gonna let you speak with the lender. I'll have him call you later on, I got a class to teach, but I will have him give you a call and we'll start shopping maybe as soon as you know, next weekend. Is that cool? Create urgency, Cheryl. By the way, the market's moving so fast. How fast is it moving? Set up expectations once you get your client. I know that we're not covering that over in this class, but set up expectations. Let them know that there's a lot of buyers. Why? Because of the interest rates. Talk about the interest rate. By the way, these interest rates are not going to stay here very long. They're not. They're going to move. And when they do, they're going to qualify for less homes. So if they qualified a year ago for $1 million home, it's going to be 700,000, 500,000. It's going to diminish quite a bit. And do you think the market's going to change the sales? It might a little bit. But do you think it's going to change that much? Historically, has it? No. I mean, the demise in 2007, 8, 9, 10, that was the worst we had ever seen, but nobody was putting any money down. But now everyone's putting 20% cash, 50%. So you're not having this, it's not the same market. So when people tell you, oh, it's the same thing, it's gonna happen. By the way, the same thing is not gonna happen because we have too much money in the marketplace. There's a lot of money being put as a down payment. 3.5% from an $800,000 home, do the math. Okay, mathematician. 3.5%, that's your minimum. No, let's just say 700,000 and say 3.5%, what is that?
24,500.
Yeah.
Did you do it in his head? You did do it.
He did it in his head,
That's
dude.
so rude.
That is so rude, right? And then you have to match that with another 20,000 because it's another 2 to 3% for closing costs. How much is that together?
Plus 20,000, is that what you did?
Yeah.
45,000.
45,000. Do you think people are gonna walk away from $45,000? No, they might have walked away from 0 down payment, but not $45,000. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's a different market. Okay. Each one of these entries, you want to, there's a tagline. If you haven't gone to Sonia's fantastic, marvelous, outstanding, educational classes, which by the way, you're gonna love, okay? You need to learn to tag these. You can tag them anyway. There's a, there's actually a cheat, like if you want to do A, B, or C, right? So A is one that really wants to sell, B, someone that's has to still work on things, and then C is the one that's going to be doing it next year, and you determine that buyer, put them all in your database, because then you'll call them later on. And if they say a year from now, call them in 7 months, okay? Because things change. Plus, it usually takes them 2 or 3 months to get a couple of credit issues taken care of. So call them in advance so that they know that you're on the radar. And people that are buyers or sellers, they really don't have a conception of time. They're not gonna be like, you're 2 months early. They're not gonna say that to you. Do you get what I'm saying? All right, does that all make sense? Any more aha moments?
The car reference really resonated with me, that makes sense, that why would you be choosing to wait to get in less of a valuable home or a less opulent home? You're paying the same amount of money, but only because you're paying into the interest rate, not because you're paying into an actual like beautiful home.
Right.
Yeah.
And in the long run, I mean, the car analogy is really good because it'd be like, well, you do the math, and I'm sure he could. It's gonna cost you about the same as you would have gotten the new car.
Right.
So just buy the property now. By the way, I always say this, it's not, okay, I'll ask the question. This is the question I ask buyers or even sellers. When's a good time to buy?
Never.
Never is your answer? Well, you're not gonna sell very much property.
Well, I mean, like, there's no, you cannot put timing as far as, when it's good to buy. I mean, now.
I would say the opposite too, but go ahead, tell me when's the best time to buy?
Right now.
Now.
It's possible.
I would say when you're able and ready.
Well, that's a good answer too, because if they're not able or ready, right? So you know what I tell people when they say, what do you think? You're the professional. I love that question when they ask you that question. Do you know why? Because I have an answer. My answer is, it doesn't matter when you buy, it matters when you sell. Are you selling in 5 years when supposedly the market's gonna crash? If the answer is no, what are you waiting for? Yes, go ahead.
But what if you do have a client that's saying, well, I'm afraid I'm buying at the top of the market, what if I want to sell in, 5 to 7 years? And it's like a 2-bedroom condo in PV for like over $1 million.
She's got a client right now that's doing this. How much money are you putting down?
$1 million cash. I mean, it's a cash offer, but no, she got outbid. She got outbid, but.
Okay, does anyone see a problem with this one?
No, but that was her concern,
No, but does anyone see a problem with this one?
Well,
They're putting all cash, she might lose some money on the table.
sure, but she's not gonna be paying an interest rate because
Right.
it's an all cash offer, so that's already money back in your pocket.
We're playing devil's advocate, by the way. Go ahead.
Yeah, no.
That's where that was it for me.
Okay, that was it. Is she gonna be the only one giving me output? Come on, guys, come on, we don't have much time left in the class.
I mean, and you're saying historically, right, and I am saying, you're saying, because I need to do more research.
So let's say the market
Historically,
does drop and it's how much did you say?
$1 million.
Okay, $1 million, and she's putting in $1 million. Is that how much the sales price is? No, but you said she's getting outbid. How much is the sales price gonna be?
It's impending now, so I don't know what they accepted, but it was higher than that.
Okay, so let's go through the scenario. If I said to you, okay, so you go and rent. How much rent are you gonna pay? How much rent?
Yeah, she's paying like $3,000 a month for rent.
Okay, 3,000 times 12.
Her lease is not up for like 6-7 months.
30 what?
36.
36 times 5.
165.
Are you willing to lose $165,000 just paying rent?
Well, her lease is not up till July or August, so she's still gonna be paying that, even if she goes in escrow now.
Well, I understand that, but it's an either or. Who cares about the extra months? She's gonna do an either or. So it's 100 and something, yes, and that's for 7 years, for 5 years. So 7 years would have been something like, let's say 150.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do the math on the rental. Do rents go up or down in the next 3 to 5, 7 years? So you're using a conservative number, yes? So do we see a problem here? We see no problem. Do you see where I'm coming from? Think the opposite way when you're talking to them, because they're always gonna think of something to say no to. You need to show them how to say yes. Yes? Stand back, you guys to say yes. Okay, all right, and I didn't even cover through almost all of these materials. It's very hard because I really think they need to cut these classes up a little bit less, because here's the truth. I would have to go through the scripts with you, and then I'd have to do exercises with you, and the truth of the matter is we're gonna do one exercise, because I really think it's important for you guys to be comfortable. So you're gonna pretend, and I'm gonna go ahead and listen real quick. And I'm sorry for the people online, y'all should have been here, okay? So what I'm gonna do, and dude, you're gonna be a number.
I'm coming to take 1 minute.
Okay, 1 minute. So you're 1. You're 2. He's your partner. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and 2. Okay?
Awesome.
So,
I missed my number, I'm so sorry.
oh, Jesus.
Oh, I didn't see you.
Okay.
I got a hat on.
Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or no, I'll be 2. Okay, I'm the buyer, a potential buyer. 2s are potential buyers. Okay, and 1 is the agent. So take 3 to 5 minutes. We're gonna run over a little bit, but then tell me your house in like less than a minute. So we're gonna do it real quick, okay? When he comes back in, just spew it out, okay? Now use the script of who do you know, okay? All right, are you ready?
So I'm the-
1, 2, 3.
So-
Hi, I'm Richard, and I was on the
Hey, so good to
PwC
see you
today.
again.
Hey,
So I actually have.
I was giving you a call because I've been committed this year to help find families. So I'm going to buy, sell, and invest in real estate. You know,
I know.
I think, one of my cousins is applying for 6 months.
So what do you think
You seem like, you know, trustworthy, I have a question. No, you do well. I think you should, this business, I think you have to think quickly. And that's kind of like, you know, let me retire or sell it. You know, just to be like, that 2% should go fine. Usually one of them. Like it's nice, you know, you have to learn more. And you have to be really understand your needs. And that's why you have to listen. And that's what like you said, just take one. Just take 1 minute and listen to me.
How's everyone doing? Because we ran over. How's everyone doing? Aha moments, please. Aha moments, please. Anybody, nobody want to share something?
I have an aha question.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so they say yes, say that you're face to face having a meeting, they say, yes, I have a lead for you essentially, my cousin, whoever is looking to do it in 6 months, awesome. Would you be comfortable giving me his or her contact information? How do you then feel good about going about collecting that contact information? Because I know I want to walk away from that meeting already having it, not saying, oh, you have my information, email it to me when you get home.
Okay, first, you're asking me how I would do it or how to go to the next step?
Whatever you want to contribute is.
Okay, the way I would do it is, oh, your cousin wants to buy a property? Wow, no such thing as coincidences. Everything happens for a reason. I'll tell you what, do you have his phone number with you?
Yes.
Awesome. Why don't you give him a call? Let him know that I'm gonna give him a call because I've got a really busy schedule and I'll call him when I'm available.
Okay, I can do that.
Do you see what I did there? I took control of the conversation. He may still say, I don't know, because you made it easy for me. You still may say, I don't know, I really have to call him and find out. Great, call him. That's what I want you to do. I want you to call him and let him know that I'll call him once I have a moment, because, you know, real estate is crazy right now. And if he's looking to move, I'm moving like this too. So when I'm available, I'll give him a call. Next.
But he has a credit problem though.
What's the problem? Credit problem?
Yeah, he's gonna fix it in 6 months.
Well, that's absolutely fantastic. Aren't you glad that you met me today? I'll go ahead and make sure he gets with the right person,
Oh, okay. thank
so we
you.
can take
Thanks.
care of that.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
That's.
what I did learn from with you is the intriguing part and the affirmation to the buyer, like if they say something, well, I don't feel this, and you just like, well, you know, with the example with the what were we talking about earlier with the rents and stuff?
Oh, the rents, yeah.
And you came back with like, oh, you rather just put it on home and this and that, and I'm the best for this and this and this, and you just took over and you had
Because you can
energy.
still add on to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you could say, look, you now have a tax write-off, so it's not just the 20 or 30,000 or 50 or whatever that number was, but now you have that tax write-off, so you can keep adding on to it. Homeownership is definitely the way to go, bar none. And I apologize for not going through all the material today, but I really need to know that you guys at least got something out of this class. You know, and if you have any other questions, please practice your scripts. If you do not have scripts, I'm sure Holland can help you with that. Practice role playing, 1, 2, 1, 2, get someone, get me. Poor Sonia's overwhelmed, I wouldn't call her. She does everything. Make a little success list. This is the other issue, and I'll touch on it really quick because we're over time. Who's your biggest, this is the only way to ask the question. Who's your competition?
So,
Yourself.
Yes, because the guy down the street that just got the listing that you were trying to get after, that wasn't his fault, it was your fault. You didn't go after that listing.
Yeah.
You know, and you need to come from a place of contribution. You cannot be like wishy-washy and trying to sell them. You need to let them know, look, I'm busy, I'm gonna get you your information, and never come from a place of completely knowing everything. Just be honest and say, listen, I don't know the answer to everything, but I promise you this, if I don't have the answer, I'll get the answer. And with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. But there is I think there's some kind of monitoring thing. There it is. So scan that, give your QR input as to how the class, if you learned anything at all. Like I said, I didn't cover every aspect of it, but I hope you got like a couple of tidbits from me. And with that, I'll end the class. Thank you so much for your attendance.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I don't even know if they're gonna shut this off or what have you.
Yeah, Holland will-
Thank you for the folks online. I apologize for going over. I didn't even go through all the material. You know how to do this?
We'll find out. I know we can stop the video. That's good.
There you go. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back to my office. I gotta go make a phone call.